Hello. Hello, hello. Welcome to what I'm just going to essentially make Day 67 Part 2 due to the fact of how short the stream was yesterday for Pokemon. So, hi. Welcome somewhat back. This is going to be stitched onto the end of the other recording from yesterday for Pokemon, which I did do an outro for, but oh well. But I wanted to do this as just like a Part 2 to that. So yesterday I believe we started at 9,300, I think, and then today we're starting at 9,700. But I don't know, I thought it'd be more fun to just attach this one onto the end of the other one. So apologies if that seems kind of weird, but I don't know, I think the other one's too short, but it'll be okay. I think it's I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll just change this to Day 68 for fun anyway. But yeah, so welcome along to that. Sorry it took a little bit to start. I was eating and then we discovered we had ants. So we had to run to the store to grab some ant stuff, so. I don't even know where they're coming from either. They're like swarming the air fryer. But what's kind of funny about it is that like the windows on like the other side of the other side of the room. So it's like if they were coming from there, you could like see like them running through there, but like we have no idea where they're coming from. At first I thought it could have been like the exhaust vent for like whenever we have that like is like hanging over the stove. But I don't know, maybe they're coming from the door that's nearby. It's hard to say. But like Kat ended up throwing away the ant trap that was there because she didn't think it was working. Which, I mean, if you're not seeing ants, it's a pretty good indication that it's working. Unless you're like peering into the trap, which would be a little strange. Just take like a little flashlight and shining at it, like, ooh. But yeah, hello. If you are at this point in YouTube, hi, how are you again? And for those that are here on Twitch and lurking, I hope you guys are having a good day. Thank you for listening. Man, it's been a weird morning. It also feels already pretty warm in here. I don't even have my phone on. Aw, man. Oh well. Actually, I probably should grab that, shouldn't I? What if I need my phone? Actually, I will do that. You know what? Give me just one moment while I grab my phone. Alright, back to it. I also kind of wanted to see if I had any TCG packs, because I was opening some yesterday. And so, I don't know if any of them are already ready to go again. But we'll see. No, we still have another like 2 hours and 19 minutes before one readies itself. However, maybe... Do we have any news on when the next pack's going to come out? Because if that's the case, I have 169 pack hourglasses. I could open another one for Shining Revelry. That could be fun. Might do it for tomorrow, though. But oh man. So for those who do care, so like for the past like 3-ish weeks, Kat hasn't really been able to work due to her boss at her job being wrongly firing her. But she just got a schedule for a different type of job she's going to be working yesterday. So we now have that to to look forward to. So she's finally going to be, you know, going back to work, and I know she's excited, but not for the time frame. She's not a morning person, but she has to work at 7:30. But I know she's eager to get back to working again. Obviously for money, but also to get out of the house more. I know these past 3 weeks have been pretty rough on her. And I'm thinking that like next weekend, we'll get back to our normally scheduled programming, which means Final Fantasy and Split Fiction, I believe, were the next ones that we were going to do. So if you've been hanging out on these Pokemon streams, or hanging out in the YouTube videos, thanks. But yeah, we'll get back into the swing of things shortly. But hey, listen, you know, we can always fall back on Pokemon for a bit to have fun with. We'll say I'm scared that Articuno is going, well, tied to Pokemon, I'm scared that Articuno is going to take as long as Bulbasaur did. But that doesn't mean I'm going to resent this bird. I mean, the bird could just be testing my loyalty to how much I like it, right? But also Kai hasn't gotten the Bulbasaur yet either, so whenever that happens, if he gets Bulbasaur before I get Articuno, 2 of these screens, and I believe it's going to be the leaf green screens, are going to be going back to the Poke Center near Mount Moon to try and hunt the Magikarp at the same time. So we'll still have the Fire Red games going for Articuno, but the checks for that will go slower. So, you know, let's get some Shiny Luck for me going. The faster I get these going, the more checks I can get, and hopefully get Articuno before he gets Bulbasaur. Which is real funny, because I think, he's over odds now on Bulbasaur, and like, everyone else that's been going for Bulbasaur has also been going over odds. Even Koki with his eggs at one point, I believe, went over odds. So I just think Bulbasaur's not playing fair for people. Then again, I feel like there's been like a kind of like a shiny drought for people. Like people have been hunting shinies so much that people are just getting droughts for it now. I don't know. I mean, I can't really say anything because off stream I've been fairly lucky as of late. Not in TCG Pocket though. I still only have that Kakuna. Like I said, I think one of the funniest things is that, like, when it comes to the TCG games, that, like, depending on what cards you have, you could go from, like, a shiny Kakuna to just a normal Butterfree. In, like, my case. Or, like, go from, like, normal Charmanders to, or a Charmeleon to a shiny Charizard. I am surprised that they haven't made more, like, shiny cards in the TCG, like have every card be potentially shiny. And then again, the only fear with that is how rare would those cards be? And would people just see them as misprints just because the colors are off, or would they actually properly see that they're shiny? And by the way, when I say every card, I don't mean like every single card. I just meant like there should be like a shiny variant of each card out there. Like, there should be like a shiny Grafaiai out there somewhere. If there isn't already. Not like every single full art needs to be shiny. That'd be wild. Full arts and those super rare like holo cards are very, very already prized after. I couldn't imagine having shiny ones as well. Alright, so this is the last check before 9800. 2 Articunos, and 2 more that are also playing. Shame. But we did it, we're at 9800 now. steadily on our way to getting Bulbasaur odds. So I've been thinking about changing one of the commands, the over odds commands, to being 1.5 times going over. Because if under odds is half of odds, it doesn't make sense for over odds to be double odds. I mean, that could probably just be its own command, just being double odds. But I don't know. I feel like it's more common to go over odds than it is to go under odds, like by half. So having the distinction there is kind of nice. But then again, there's nothing in the over odds category. There is one thing in the under odds, and it's a Snorlax that I got that's still on the screen. 1009 is insane for a game like this. You know what? Let's check something real quick. I know that I posted the YouTube short for when we got Bulbasaur, but I don't think it was doing that well comparatively to the other three. Because I don't post shorts too often. How do I access it on here? Yeah, it's not doing that good comparatively. So like the other three got 500 views and then the Bulbasaur one got 27. So obviously quite a large discrepancy, but I will admit that whenever I released those shorts, I was uploading more daily or more weekly because I had to take like 2 weeks off of uploading as well. And so like the fact that that short also did like lower on views, I think is because of the fact that YouTube wasn't pushing my videos because I wasn't uploading consistently. But oh well. And I think that's like across the board because like of the 3 videos that have released this past week, the highest viewed one is 3, when previously like each week would at least get like in the 10s. So I think it's one of those things where like consistency on uploading on YouTube is probably what they're looking for as well. Obviously they want click-through rate as well. But YouTube is so weird. It's so weird. It feels like one of those things where it's a luck factor in if people watch your stuff, but it's also like if your stuff is well produced, people will more likely are more likely to turn in. But it's weird because like one of my most popular videos is just Minish Cap, me finding a book, and there was no like commentary or anything like that. That was like back whenever I was doing no commentary gameplays, just recording and playing the game on my old laptop, not even the one I have now. So I'm very curious as to why those are the popular ones. Like even like Clickplay Rainbow Blind. Maybe it was because it was like solutions to puzzles, maybe. Or like the Flash games back then. It's hard to say. YouTube is so weird with its algorithm. And then the was it the Nyan Cat Snake video that I have? For some reason is like almost consistently in my most watched video week to week. It's not, I don't think it has the most views. I think that goes to the Kindergarten Monstermon card guide video. But like just I put effort into that Monstermon video, so thankfully I'm glad that that one's still the most like viewed. But like the Nyan Cat video, getting the most views week over week is wild. It's silly. You can't even play it anymore either. I tried to find it after someone was like, you can't even play this anymore. I tried to find it and you really can't. Like, I don't even remember where I played it to begin with. That's why anytime I like play a game that like other people can play, like a Flash game, I will probably put it in the link or put it in the description as a link. So if others want to play it, they can. But I am curious as to how like websites like that are still like up and running. Because like what, Congregate? I believe it's owned by GameStop. And I've noted how that website's still going. Because like GameStop's already having troubles anyway, so how are they going to keep Congregate up if they ever have like a bankruptcy or something? I think with like Flash kind of like being deprecated, it kind of kills a lot of games as well. Like I could go to like, I don't know, something like Newgrounds and like play games on there, but that'd probably be like playing like the hit games from younger, like was it Pico's High School or something like that, which is edgy. That is a very edgy heavy game. So like Alien Hominid, I think started with Newgrounds and then moved over to consoles. I really need to get in the habit of saying I think, because like this is like me trying to remember information from years and years ago, and I've said information that I have been blatantly wrong about, but because I remembered it that way, or I just like crossed wires in my head. So like I need to start being more careful on that. Which is why, like, if I'm ever wrong about something, please correct me on it. There's probably gonna be plenty of things that I'm gonna say where I'm just gonna be blatantly wrong if I don't correct myself in like a future video or future stream or something like that. Like earlier this morning, I looked up Ben Starr just to make sure I was right about him being one of the characters, I think the main character in Final Fantasy 16. So yeah, I'm more than likely going to get a lot of things wrong that I don't want to be wrong on, but sadly that's just going to happen anyway. But in regards to yesterday as well, the marathon reveal was pretty good. It's definitely a game I think I'm going to be interested in playing already. I signed up for the closed alpha, which sadly is only for North America. Don't know why they're doing that again. Hopefully the beta is more public and available worldwide. However, I feel like a lot of the resentment of people being like, it's only in North America, then you stop doing that. The issue, I think, with that, and that I agree with, is that they probably shouldn't keep doing those. But the last time there was a Destiny closed alpha, that didn't have anything to do with Bungie. That was all NetEase, I believe. No, or maybe not even NetEase. Hello, Kai. How are you doing? You having a good day? I'm just ranting about the marathon reveal from yesterday, and the fact that people are complaining about the closed alpha being only North America. On your phone, so it sucks. Aww. You have me in your pocket. What's so bad about that? Don't you like having me in your pocket, Kai? I'm always on your side. Didn't I tell you that before? You're just gonna like pull me out of your pocket like surprise Dante. Vibrating. Also, we officially crossed 9,900. We're 100 away from 10K. So, if you want a free raffle, Kai, there you go. See, you can't just pull out your Dante vibrating phone. They're so great for eBay, but they're not very practical in use. So what you doing today, Kai? Any plans for today that, aside from, you know, whatever you're doing now. What? If you say the chicken one, like the pun. One day closer to your month. Mm-hmm. One day closer to not being able to visit my stream again. What is that? Is that a moon or a golf ball? It will not show me. Also, I love the fact that it doesn't show up on the stream chat, but it shows up for my normal chat. It's a heart? Why does it look like a moon? Just chilling right now? Ah, gotcha. I mean, it's what I'm doing. Do you see this? I'm just chilling. There's no suffering here today. I'm going after my favorite bird. Just like how you're going for your favorite starter in Kanto. Or Kanto, everyone say it. There's no suffering there, right? Only pure enjoyment and pure exhilaration. Kai, you don't use that language. I thought you were PG. Man. My hero's breaking my illusion of him. Now what will I ever do? You're telling me that my idol is human? How dare he? How dare he be human? Okay, Stinky. What are you turning into cat? Stimky. I'm not talking about my cat, I'm talking about face cat. It's just constant what she's saying. I probably should have woke up sooner than I did. I'm still a little bit tired from waking up. Kai, did you end up watching any of the marathon reveal after stream yesterday? We pogging? Get out of Kuno? I'm working on it. It takes a bit of time, you know. I'm not gonna get any Pokemon first try. Or in this case, 9,944 tries. Get Bulba. Come on, Kai. I got a Bulbasaur. Me, Dante, got a Bulbasaur. Where's yours? You think it's easy just sitting here pressing a button over and over again, restarting and incrementing an account? It is. You should just do it. Get out there. Show the world your shiny hunting. Don't be afraid. I keep forgetting to do raffles. Because you're the only one in here and they're going fast. Yeah, just show the world how lucky you are. Go out and stream Pokemon shiny hunting. And if you're in one of the newer generations, even better. You'll probably get the shinies 5 times as fast as I do. I mean, you gotta think, in the old generation, right? I'd be in double odds territory. Going on triple. Be back soon? Alright, have fun. Yeah, I'd be in like double odds territory, pushing triple odds. Instead, I'm still just in slightly. I'm over odds, but I'm not like double odds or anything like that. Let's see here. Before Kai came in, we were talking about Marathon. I think Marathon is going to be a good game. Definitely, it's definitely going to kick off pretty good, I would say. Especially if they were to go to free play route, which I don't think they're going to, but if they do go to the free to play route, then that game might get a pretty large, like, good kickoff. But I don't know how well Marathon is going to sustain itself, because it's putting itself in a interesting position, because it's going to have to compete with games like Fortnite, games like Siege, games like COD's not Warfare, whoever it's Battle Royale mode is called. It's got to compete with all these different games that all do very similar things. Thankfully, though, Marathon isn't really competing with their own IP in Destiny, so Bungie doesn't have to like compete their own two games together. But it's going to be interesting to see how they try to find a foothold whenever the space is somewhat saturated. Because while it may be an extraction shooter, it kind of looked like a soft, kind of like a soft battle royale. With some that's having up to 18 people means only like 6 teams of 3, which isn't that many, right? That's like standard 9v9 like Call of Duty games. What big game mode or big what, I don't remember what it's called. That might have been Halo. I don't remember. But it's still like standard size for games like that. And battle royales are obviously like larger numbers, like 60 to 100. I don't know. I think it's definitely gonna hit somewhere, because they also have to compete with games like what, Showdown? Or The Show or something like that? I can't remember what it's called. That came out, I believe, last year. I don't know. Anytime you're a shooter, you're kind of competing with every other shooter that does a similar idea, even if the idea is just an extraction shooter. I don't know, we'll have to see how it plays, because it also feels like a more goofy version of Titanfall. Alright guys, we have officially hit 10,000 resets on our second back-to-back Pokemon. Man, I'm just hoping that when it comes to this bird, that when it does shine, hold on, that I have enough like balls for this. So like the left ones are for leaf green and the right ones are for fire, right? Because obviously we got the Master Ball. But like I'm hoping that 75 is enough on the right side, and I have the Master Ball for backup, even though it would probably be better for it being used on Mewtwo. And then obviously we have 120 to work with on the other side with leaf green. So I'm hoping it's enough. I did some testing with like practice catching like an Articuno. I think I went through like 30 Ultra Balls on leaf green, just doing it. So it's probably going to be a little difficult. Because the idea on both sides of these is to go for Thunder Wave, like immediately. So no matter which game it is, we're going to probably start with Thunder Wave. I think... Oh, Articuno is faster than the Dragonair. So I might have to get lucky with Dragonair on the left side, depending. Oh, whoops. And what is it? I think I have some revives. Like, I have a whole, like, strategy for Leaf Green. And I think I'm just going to be using whatever I happen to have with Fire Red. Because, like, on the Leaf Green side, which is the left side, we have some Hyper Potions. Where are the revives that I have? Yeah, I have a max revive. I don't have, like, normal revives somewhere. I might have passed it already. Hi, Koki. How you doing? You enjoying your cat badge? Oh, they're at the top. So I have, like, also, like, revives for it, so... So what do I have on Fire Red side? Hyper Potion. I also have 10 revives. A few max potion, 4 restores, max revives. Yeah, so both sides are equally prepped in their own way. Yeah, Koki, how you doing today, buddy? As you can see, we hit 10k resets. Can you imagine? Oh no. Oh no. You hit me with the sips. You wanna do all 5? All 5, alright. Alright, so Koki, while I take these 5 sips, I'm gonna... Hold on. Let me get this open for you. 14-hour shift? Jesus, dude. Why don't we get some rest? I wanted to ask real quick, though, before you do that that rest, and while I'm taking these 5 sips, now that we've had, like, almost a full day since the reveal of Marathon, how are you feeling about it? 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. Ooh. It's hard, man. It really is hard taking 5 sips of just Monster. Wow. All right. You'll try it if it's free. I get that. Also, I'm sorry about not do 30. Nope. Nope. I'll pass on that. I now understand. Well, I shouldn't say I understand. I feel sorry that they're once again doing a closed like alpha that doesn't. That's only North America. I read the fine print for the closed alpha earlier today, and they were mentioning how it was only for North America. Like, again, why? Granted, the last time it was with Destiny Rising, which it wasn't really in Bungie's control. Thanks for bug testing for you. I absolutely will. If it turns out that I do get in the closed alpha, and this is just for like transparency, because obviously I'm not allowed to share anything until they say that it's good to. But I am going to like record it, and then whenever they do potentially ever lift the embargo, which I really don't know if there isn't like an actual like embargo, then I'd probably share the footage. But I do want to record it because it's more helpful for devs to be able to see the footage of games rather than being like, oh yeah, here's my verbal feedback. Whenever we were playing the demo for Sword of the Necromancer Resurrection, that's why I recorded it whenever we did the stream for it, so I could show them. And that's actually in an unlisted or it might not be unlisted, it might be private now on YouTube. Which at this point I could probably just release publicly. I mean, it was a public demo, so. But for Marathon, I would absolutely keep that thing private. I don't even think I would upload it to YouTube. Probably just send it directly to them. I definitely think that recording like gameplay footage is infinitely better than just like trying to have like verbal feedback on something. I think it's better for testing that way, because you can see the issue whenever it happens and the person can have the immediate feedback to it, rather than being like, all right, I finished playing the demo, here's all my issues. It's weird that as I get further in my gaming career, I realize I have a lot more beta and alpha testing than I really thought I did. So obviously tested Destiny Rising, tested Sword of the Necromancer, and Resurrection. A game I can't talk about. Every new game is a beta test. True. I did play testing on my phone for a lot of different games, years and years ago. Did the Destiny 1 beta test. Did Destiny 2 beta test as well. Like, I apparently have a lot of beta and alpha testing under my belt. Nioh 2 or Neo 2, however you want to say it, for like the PlayStation. I did beta testing for that. I didn't realize I had so many. I will say though, Koki, with how much if the industry standard does raise the price of games, I think game development is going to shift as well, to take hopefully longer, that or have better QA. Because if the price of games rises and people aren't buying them because they know that's going to be bad, then it's going to shoot like the company in the foot several times. So I think if we're going to if the industry standard gets raised on the game price, the quality assurance standard has to also raise with it. Granted, the quality, it won't, well, it's going to have to, otherwise companies are going to go under. Which is why there's going to be a indie renaissance period here soon. I mean, this is just my humble opinion. I don't know anything about the games industry. But no, they're going to have to raise it. It's the only way to make sure a company keeps making money. Nobody's going to want to buy an $80 game if the company is known to have lackluster games from the past. With the price of games going up, they're going to be like, all right, I'm going to give this company one try for this price because it's $80. And if it doesn't work, they're probably never going to look at that company again. That or get refunds. Yeah, they don't pull a Concord. Dude, Concord is such a enigma, like, to the gaming scope, with how fast it was pulled. To be fair, it was also memed on a lot within the gaming company before it was even pulled anyway. Man, I don't think that's going to be the case. I don't think a lot of games are going to do Concord, but the issue with Concord as well is that it was also, like, it was only online, which we need to get away from that as well. We need to get away from only online games. Because of the whole fiasco with The Crew and Brotherhood's, both Ubisoft games, and like Brotherhood's like online, like in all these other games that are getting their online shut down. It's like, I paid money for this game, I should have access to it. People are going to get fed up with that, which might actually cause more online only / live service games to fold or fail because of that. Because people already have their like live service games that they're willing to play. Like in the shooter space, it's probably going to either be Destiny or it's going to be Warframe, and more people are going towards Warframe now. In like the RPG MMO sense, it's still World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy 14. They'll fix it with Destiny 3. You mean Marathon, right? How people will stop calling Marathon Destiny 3 now. And like whenever it comes to oh, I forgot about ESO. People play ESO a lot as well with WoW and Final Fantasy 14. But like people already have these live service games that they're willing to play. They're not gonna want to venture out. OSRS? Eh. I don't recognize the acronym. Not a real gamer. I don't play online games if that's the case. I really don't anyway. I never played WoW. I played Final Fantasy 14's like trial. Never played ESO. I mean, really the only the only quote unquote how to phrase this, the only quote unquote RPG MMO that I'm putting in quotes has probably just been the Phantasy Star ones. But I'm hoping to like expand a lot of the games that I've played with streaming. Like I still want to play one of the I still want to play Xenoblades. Like all those. Or like play more of the Tales games, because the only one I've played has like been Vesperia, but those are online games, you know? But Koki, please tell me, what does OSRS mean? Old school RuneScape? People call it OSRS? Bruh. Back in my day, we just called it RuneScape. And then actual RuneScape became actual RuneScape became bad. No, I know. Normal RuneScape is bad now because they kept doing updates for it. That's just bad. That's also why I said back in my day they only called it RuneScape, you know? Before it came bad. I don't remember much from RuneScape. The back in the day RuneScape. I haven't even played old school RuneScape. But old school RuneScape isn't the old RuneScape, is it not? I thought it was like a WoW Classic kind of thing. I know that they're doing updates to old school RuneScape. Dude, I've been out of the RuneScape sphere for... God, I've been out of the RuneScape sphere since... What? God, when did I start messing with Beyond? Now, hold on. I gotta get YouTube real quick. I gotta see when I released my Ario 3 video. Because my Ario 3 video was, I think 9 or 10 months after I started with Beyond. So 2010. So 2009. So 2009 would have been when I started messing with Beyond. Which means... Okay, and before Beyond there was Grand Chase. And then before Grand Chase is when I was playing RuneScape. Oh god. So what? Like... So like RuneScape came out in 2001. I was probably playing RuneScape in like 2005. Like 2006, I think. Because in 2006 I started playing Grand Chase. Yeah, because that came out in 2003. Maybe I stopped playing RuneScape for Grand Chase, so maybe it would have still been 2005. But like I haven't played it in 2 decades essentially. It doesn't seem right. No, that is right. No, God. I haven't played RuneScape in like 2 decades. Granted, I don't know what I was doing in RuneScape back then. I was 9. I was like 8 or 9. Old. You know, when I say I haven't played a game in 2 decades, that doesn't sit well in my head. Ooh boy. Yeah. So there you go. Haven't played RuneScape in 2 decades. I don't remember anything from it. I remember some things from it, but not much. But like, what does old school RuneScape do to, like, how does it add new content? Or is the reason why it's old school RuneScape because they changed the, they changed like the way the progression system works in the newer ones, right? Or something like that? New seals and new maps. What's the definitive thing that separates old school and current RuneScape? Aside from updates, but I meant like, there has to be something that separates them. Is it just the progression system? Or like the skills that you have to level up? It's not a browser game anymore? Oh, well that would certainly help. We're not in the days of Neopets anymore. We shouldn't be doing things in our browsers. Dude, saying Neopets just makes me feel old. Neopets is still around as well. I don't even think most kids even know what Neopets is anymore. Another website I don't know how it's still around is Neopets. Well, now I want to know, let me do a raffle. When did Neopets release? Neopets release date. November 15th, 1999. I remember my cousin is the one who introduced me to Neopets. She's also the one who introduced me to emulators. I don't remember exactly which one it is. It's a SNES one. It's one like whenever you're like before you select a game, it has like snow or something going along like the background. But like, I had it at one point. I just forgot what it's called since I haven't used it for a while. But yeah, so she's the one who introduced him to that, and I only know about it because we played Mega Man on it. We played, I think, Mega Man X. Why'd you join twice back to back? Do you think you not joined the first time? Oh? Oh? Joel. You got Joel. Congratulations, Koki. Oh, actually, so funny thing about the fishing minigame. You're the leader. You're sorry, you've been up a lot of hours. Go to bed. Go to bed. By the way, somehow Sophia's the one to lead. Like, she's the only one to get a diamond. Yeah, Koki, go to bed. You need sleep, dude. 14-hour shifts are no joke. I want to crash after my 12 hours. You're gonna stream after you were at work for 14 hours, Koki? Brother, I don't think that's a good thing to do. I say that as I come home to also stream Pokemon, but I'll only do it for like 2 hours. Work hard, play hard. I have one of those shirts. Bright neon, like, high vis vest color. That says work hard, play hard on it. Can't you just like take a nap or something? You need a funny Zelda pun? You're playing Echoes of Wisdom, right? Let's see here. You're tired. You're trying to play Echoes of Wisdom. I'm not funny, Koki. I'm not good with puns. Whiskers is the funny one with puns. Come on, Noggin. I mean, I can give you like a terrible pun. I can't think of a funny one. I'm sorry about your pop loss. Don't you stare at me. The goal of that game is to find Link, isn't it? Is that what the goal of the game is? Because then, you know, I have a perfect one then. It won't be as terrible. Is it? I don't know. That's why I'm asking. You know what? Here, let me just look it up. If I could get my keyboard out. What's the goal of Zelda in Echoes of Wisdom? Oh. Okay, one of the things is while also rescuing her friend Link. All right. So the pun can work, I suppose. It's a terrible pun. Are you prepared for it? No? Well, I'm gonna say it anyway. Zelda finds her heroes on LinkedIn. That's so stupid. It's horrible. It's perfect. That's why you should use it. Look, I said that they were gonna be a terrible pun. I'm a dad joke kind of person. I'm not funny. You kidding me? I don't think if there's any other ones like for Zelda that I can think of. Guess you have to be the funny one again. You're the only funny one. What do you mean? Let's see here. What's another item that that Link can use? Well, let's say another item. Oh, I'm trying to think about the puns that I'm not even thinking about the game. Now my mind's like stuck on like the hook shot. Oh, Link. Link is a good basketball player because he has a mean hook shot. Yeah, there's another good one. Though that doesn't work for Echoes of Wisdom. I can probably work for like Ocarina of Time, and that's the claw shot in Twilight Princess. Like, yeah, I think it's gonna work for OO2. It's hard thinking of like Zelda jokes. It's like unless they're kind of like references towards other things, it's kind of hard to fully make a pun out of them. Because like I'm trying to think of one for like the boomerang, like how it comes back around, but like I don't know how that would make sense for Zelda or Link. I mean, you can say something along the silly lines of like how Zelda theory should be called Head Ganon or something. I'm not funny, I'm sorry. But there's a 15K raffle though for your pain and suffering. Look, I don't do stream because I'm funny. I do stream because I want to hang out with you guys. Just gonna use the Octorok line from the CDI Zelda. Can't wait to bomb some Dodongos. Dude, do you think I should do that one day? I don't know how I would. Do you think I should play the Zelda CDI games? The Dodongo one it is? Oh boy, I can't wait to bomb some Dodongos. Dodongos. CDI Zelda is wild. The animated Link is also pretty wild. Talked to a guy who bought a CDI just to play those games. Bro. So what I'm hearing is I should play them. But I don't own a CDI. A Philips CDI. From back in the 90s/80s. I think it was talked about in the 80s, wasn't it? And then it was like released in like the early 90s. Usually the CDI didn't have copy protection. Isn't that because the CDI was originally meant to be like a just a media player that just so happened to play games? Like, it was meant for like movies and CDs and stuff like that, and then just, here's a game you can conveniently play. Yeah? Okay, cool. Technology is wild. You know, it's in the grand scheme of like what is it, a preservation of video games, up until like the 360 era, we just had everything able to be like preserved. It was so cool. And now that like there's like this soft project to somewhat kind of be able to preserve 360 games, dude, it's so cool. I mean, the only reason why we're able to like preserve like Switch games, for example, is just because it's on a cartridge. It's not as easy to get preservation for like Xbox One and Series SX games or PS4 and PS5 games. It's the same way why the what's it called? The PS Vita. The PS Vita has good preservation because of the fact that the games came on a cartridge. I'm not sure if that just made them easier to manipulate, or if like the protection protocols were just different on cartridges, but I feel like the cartridge-based games are always like super easy to preserve. The Vita was great. It is. It's why I take it to work with me every night that I go to work, in case I want to play it. I will say getting 100% on the Ratchet and Clank game that's on the Vita, because of having to use the touch sensors on the back of the Vita in order to do tricks or something like that with the for the skateboard minigames or the hoverboard minigames for Ratchet and Clank were awful though. No, I will say currently I'm probably playing my 3DS more right now than I am my Vita. Not having L2 and R2 is stupid. It was. It very much was. But I'll let the Vita have a pass on it because it's a really cool system. That's a really cool handheld. And I have, I think it was the, I think it's the older model. The one that has the OLED screen. I think the newer ones don't have it. So having the OLED screen on the Vita was sick. The first version had OLED. So, okay, so yeah, the old version. Let's go. You have that one too? Let's go. OLED is so good. It needs to be the standard for like, for handhelds. It's just slightly expensive to do, but it's so cool. I love being able to like look at the screen from any angle and not have like diminishing returns. I don't know, maybe I should totally play my Vita more often. I wish I could stream it though. Because there's such a nice stockpile of like Vita games. Oh, if I got a PS TV. You don't have a VRR screen? Why is that? But yeah, I mean, I get that, but why? Most of the time on like handhelds, you don't really need refresh rate. Or at least a variable one anyway. I feel like having a static one would be better. For handhelds anyway. Because I really don't see handhelds as being like competitive. I know things like Splatoon and stuff like that like exist on those. But like I just don't see handhelds as being like the competitive. Because if the frame rate dips, you can't really tell. I mean, I suppose. To be fair, that's more of a modern problem. I really don't see. I'm like, yeah, like old games and stuff like that. But those are also console games like the Nintendo. They'll be able to like render certain things. But like with the Switch One with like Scarlet, Violet, Sword and Shield and stuff like that, like those kinds of games, even like Breath of the Wild in certain circumstances, it does make sense, I will say, for what you're talking about. But hopefully the Switch 2 will fix that. I just 20 hertz screen on Switch 2 is going to be sick. Oh, is that what they said the refresh rate's going to be? I think it's going to look so fluid and dynamic. $4K Switch win. I want my games to look like I'm watching a movie, a very liquidy movie. Oh, whoops. You stream in like an hour, don't you, Cookie? Or, sorry, what time is it? Oh, in like 15 minutes, I mean? Or are you streaming in an hour? Hour 15, okay. So you'll be ending about the time that I end. Or so you'll be starting this about the time I end. Do you have your Charmander eggs? I know you're playing Echoes of Wisdom, but you should totally get more Charmander eggs. I'm still sorry for your loss. You can't let the loss of 300 perfectly viable baby eggs go to waste. You should get 300 more. You want to do that during night shift, probably? Gotcha. I mean, if you do it during night shift, you could very easily probably get more than 300 eggs. Just make sure to save intermittently, please. Please. I want you to get off your shift and be like, my game crashed. I lost like 900 eggs. I don't know how I'm gonna hunt eggs in this game. You wish I had the old way of getting eggs? What do you mean? I thought that getting the eggs in Scarlet and Violet were faster. Because you could just do whatever it is that you do to get eggs and you can set that system down and it does it automatically. I'm thinking of doing eggs in this game a bit differently than how we have been. Like, for example, I think I should like, I could get like an egg and then run around and then see if another egg has popped up while I'm still trying to hatch the one so I can have like a constant like supply of like refreshing eggs. The other idea I could have is to start off with a bunch of eggs, hatch all of them, and then grab one and then do that method then. But that would require me playing the game offline for a little bit before so I can get 5 eggs. It's literally setting a 30-minute timer and pressing A every once in a while. So whenever you say the old way of getting eggs, what's the old way of getting eggs? Or do you mean like the way that I'm gonna have to do it, where I'm grabbing it from a daycare? Remember, I haven't played any of the newer games. I don't know how their egg methods work. Or like how getting eggs works in those games. Cat is sneezing up a storm outside. It is running back and forth in front of the daycare. Oh, that's why people do that. That's where there's like a bridge, right? I didn't realize that that was the daycare that people were running in front of. Oh, that's an L. Hmm. Oh man. Does faster egg hatching exist in this game? Like, I don't know if there's any abilities in this game that affect egg hatching, like in the future games, like with Volcarona. I probably should check that. Flame body, but does it affect eggs in this? Is my question. Because I know that in Gen 4, certain abilities will affect things outside of combat, but I don't know if Gen 3 does. You think so? I mean, we both have technology. Let's go to Cerebi real quick. Flame body. Yeah, overworld effect. Yeah, I guess has faster. Yeah. But that's not what I need to know. Does flame body work for actually work in fire red? Yeah, good enough. Out about effects for abilities is emerald and diamond, pearl, platinum only. So no, is what somebody says. Let me check a different post. The ability Flame Body and Magma Armor make your eggs hatch faster, but only in the Emerald version. So yeah, not in this game. That sucks. Oh well. Which means some of these eggs are going to take a while to hatch. Just make some Articuno eggs. Yeah, let me breed the Pokemon that can't be bred. I need you to be straight with me. Do you think this whole idea of the way I'm doing this Shiny Living Dex is ridiculous, Koki? I'm gonna get to you doing it no matter what anyway. I'm already committed to it at this point. There's no way I'm the only one insane enough to do something like this. You are crazy, thank you. There's no way I'm the only one that's done this. Like, there's people that have done, like, shiny dexes for these games, right? Like, there's no way I'm the only one that's ever been like, let me just do shiny dexes in the order of the generations. There's no way I'm the only one that's done this, or has attempted to do this. Just goes to Reddit. I'm doing a silly Shiny Living Dex challenge at AMA. How many shinies did I get? I have 4. I have 4. What's your point? Listen, they'll come. They'll come faster. This is a Shiny Living Dex challenge after all. Listen, it's only Gen 1 and 3 that are hard. AKA this lineage of games I'm currently in. Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Fire Red, and Leaf Green are the only hard games. Gen 1, OG Gen 1 didn't have shinies. Kinda. And Generation 2, OG Gen 2 is gonna be easy. It's gonna be easy. It's gonna be easy. 1 in 64 eggs. Like, that's free. That's free. For like 90% of the Pokemon, that's free. All I need is a shiny Ditto. And then we're free. For like 90% of the Pokemon. Minus the starters I gotta hunt once. And the legendaries. We'll see. What do you mean? It's got oh right, I gotta do Sudowoodo as well. It'll be fine. Wasn't it only 164 in the Japanese version? Then we're playing it in the Japanese version. I think it's 1 in 100 or something like that for the English version. Hell, it might even be lower. It might even be like 132 in the Japanese. I don't know. Can find out real quick while you're doing the raffle. I mean, I did all this research before. It's been a while since I looked it up. So I can find out. It doesn't specifically say which generation it is. It's just people talking in the forums about Pokemon Gold. So I don't think it has anything to do with which generation or which copy of the game it is. I do know that we'll have to hunt Mew and Emerald, of course, and Japanese Emerald. However, I think what I'm going to do for that, I think for Mew specifically, I'm just going to do like a save edit to where it changes to being a Japanese one, because I don't want to have to go through the entire game again in Japanese. I'm already doing that for Platinum. Then again, I guess I have plenty of time to go after, or I have plenty of time to just do it on my own by going through with it. Or by going through it, like, in the off time between streams. Huh. Truly, I don't even... So how I want to handle the future games, right? So after Fire Red and Leaf Green here, how I want to handle the games, and I kind of don't want to do it for Generation 3. But how we're going to handle it for Gen 2, 3, and 4 is we're going to hunt one Paramount Builders, all right? How we're going to, how I want to handle it is I want to hunt a starter in each of the 3 games. So like in Gen 4, say Piplup in Pearl, Chimchar in Platinum, and Turtwig in Diamond. Like, that's how I want to handle it. But for like Generation 2, 3, and 4. But I kind of don't want to do that for Gen 3 because of Emerald. Emerald and its funky shiny manipulation shenanigans. Or not manipulation, it's reset to frame 0. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm so scared of Gen 3 for Emerald. I need that to be known. I'm terrified Gen 3 for Emerald. Doing any kind of hunting that is going to terrify me. Why? Because of the resetting on frame 0. It affects such a minimal amount of Pokemon for hunting in Emerald. But if I do the starter hunt, you don't know what that means? Oh, do you actually not? So in Generation 3, not including Fire Red and Leaf Green, in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, the shiny chance is determined by the frame in which you start an encounter. And in Ruby and Sapphire, this isn't really a big of an issue. The odds are essentially still 1 in 8,192. But in Emerald, for some reason, when you soft reset the game, or even turn it off and back on, the frames reset to 0. So how we're doing like soft resets here and like just spamming A to get back into the encounter to check again. In Emerald, I would have to do it differently each time. I would have to like delay when I start the encounter each time. Like essentially I'm gonna be like, all right, we did it like immediately last time. Now I'm gonna wait 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds and start the encounter, or check to see if it's a shiny Pokemon. Because the frame will always reset onto 0. This is why when hunting a Rayquaza in Emerald, you cannot do soft resets, you have to do runaways. Where you do as it says, you interact with Rayquaza to see if he's shiny. If he's not, then you run away, leave the door, then come back in and check to see if he's shiny again. And it's only in Emerald. Emerald's the only one that resets to frame 0. That's great, you love that. I did the wrong, hold on, don't do that. I meant to be 15. Unjoin. But yeah, why do you love that? It just makes hunting in Emerald obnoxious. But it makes it impressive whenever you actually do get a shiny without using any kind of shiny manipulation. Because of the fact that Emerald, and by extension Ruby and Sapphire, to a degree, because there's a glitch you can do with Ruby and Sapphire that sets the frame to a specific frame, which I'm not going to get into. But in Emerald, there's a like shine manipulation that you can do with Eon Timer and another app you can go on your phone, where essentially if you activate it you can activate the encounter at the exact frame that you need it to for the Rayquaza, or really any other Pokemon, to be shiny. You'll never hit the same frame anyway. Exactly. So the odds under normal circumstances are the 1 in 8192 anyway, under normal circumstances. But you can't soft reset any Pokemon. It's all random encounters or runaways in Emerald. I mean, in theory, you could do soft resets for Pokemon if you're using the Eon Timer method. Since you already know it's starting at 0 and you just gotta wait for when the Eon Timer tells for you to interact with the Pokemon or something like that. In Emerald, it's also easier to interact with the Pokemon at will, because if you're standing in grass, you can always just use Sweet Scent. Or maybe not even standing in grass, but like, you know what I mean? You can just use Sweet Scent. So, shiny hunting in Emerald is, in theory, just as easy as it is for egg hunting in Gen 2. But that's if you're shiny manipulating, which we will not be doing. So yeah, fun. That's why the story with Kai, the exclamation Dante story, like where I got Rayquaza in 221, that 221 is Runaways. So it took 221 runaway checks to find the shiny Rayquaza. But in Ruby and Sapphire, it doesn't really matter as much. Unless you're doing like the set to specific frames glitch. And then it kind of matters. But in Ruby and Sapphire, it doesn't really matter as much. You can soft reset in that game and be fine. The frames still continue as normal. It's just a weird bug in the coding for Emerald that it resets to 0 every single time. But I'm terrified of Gen 3 because, like this game, there's no shiny hunting methods. It's just raw luck. Gen 2, we got funny eggs. Gen 4, we have Masuda method and radar chaining. And from there and on, we get the shiny charm and blah, 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 blah. So it's only Gens 1 and 3 that are going to take forever. And I already knew that going into this. It's kind of funny that all the shiny hunting, the hardest shiny hunts are actually the Generation 3, like all 5 games. They're the hardest ones to get. There's no methods and it's pure luck. Gen 2 has a pretty easy bug to manipulate, and Gen 4 has actual methods. And mind you, even though in Generation 2 we're using a Ditto, which makes it infinitely easier to just have 164x for everything, there is a convoluted method using the shiny Gyarados that you get for free that also lets you do the same thing of getting 1 in 64 eggs. It's just a little bit more complicated because you have to have the correct Pokemon in the correct gender. I think it has to be female, I believe. It might have to be male. I don't remember which one it is. I didn't look into it much because I knew I was going to use Ditto. But yeah. It's whichever one passes on their traits. Which it might be the male. I think the male is the one that passes on the traits. But I think with Ditto, it doesn't matter. Ditto just circumvents that and just the Pokemon always takes Ditto's trait. Getting a shiny Ditto is going to be hard? Not really. Well, I mean, yes, really, but not really. If push comes to shove, we can do a funny bug with Generation 1. Which is super silly. Essentially, you get Ditto to transform twice in Generation 1 from Gen 2. And if for some reason it causes the Ditto to become shiny when you transfer it up to Gen 2. Can you even trade between games? Gen 1 and 2? Like OG Gens 1 and 2, yeah. Not between this and OG Gen 2. But can you? Yeah, I can. Yeah. I can trade between generations 1 and 2. If I can trade between Fire Red and Leaf Green, then I can easily trade between OG Gen 1 and 2. It'll just take a bit of finagling. You love that Game Boy. But yeah, it won't be too bad to get the Ditto. If need be, we can also just use the Shiny Gyarados. Though, like I said, it'll just take a little bit more planning on my end. Yo, a Marowak? Let's go. Dude, I prefer that. I prefer the normal version of Marowak over the EX version. Bone Meringue is so bad in TCG Pocket. It's so good, it's so bad at the same time. Watch this, I can either do 160 damage or nothing. You finally got the Pikachu EX today? Oh, the one that has Thunderbolt. Dude, it's silly that... It's so silly to me that they gave a Pikachu EX Thunderbolt when Raichu has it doing the same exact thing and it doesn't cost two prize cards. Or 2 points in the case of TCG Pocket. It's so silly. It's a cool looking card. Do not get me wrong. It is a sick looking card. I think that Pikachu EX card looks better than the original one. But man, the attack on it is odd. And I know that they're taking from like the actual TCG game whenever it comes to those cards, but man. It's better than Raichu though? How? Just because you can put it out on the field at any point in time? You also... It has more HP and does more damage, but, hear me out. There's only one way to get the required energy for that quickly, and that's through, what, Pachirisu? That only does 10 damage. Right? With Raichu, you can at least use Lieutenant Surge. That's where Dawn comes in. Yeah, but you can only use Dawn once per turn though. Granted, you can only use Lieutenant Surge once per turn anyway, I get that. But Dawn only moves one energy. With Lieutenant Surge, it just moves them all. So with proper cards on the field, you can have back-to-back Thunderbolts with Raichu, when you can't get that with Pikachu. That's why you have both. I mean, fair. But you can't evolve Pikachu EX with it. I don't know. I just think it's an odd choice to use Thunderbolt on that Pikachu. Once again, the card looks sick. I think it's my favorite Pikachu card. But like, I think the move's just weird. 9% of your deck is Pikachu's? That doesn't surprise me. It's just, I don't know, man. Synergistically, I just think that Raichu's better for Thunderbolt than Pikachu is. Also, doesn't it do more damage by like 10? Ten is a lot. I know 10 is a lot. That's why Giovanni is a scourge to my decks. 10 is enough to make the difference between life and death of a Pokemon and winning a game. But isn't the difference 10? Uh, 140. Why is that card in Spanish? Why do I have a Spanish Raichu? Why is it the only card that I have? I only have one Raichu, and it's Spanish. All right. Shining Revelry. Wait, I know I have that Pikachu. Weird. All right, I know I've gotten that Pikachu. I don't know why it's not here. Yeah, 150. Get more Raichus, bro. Nah, I think I'll just stick with my only Spanish one, apparently. But, like, still, though, I said my point that, like, what? At the very most, at the very most, you put 1 energy on Pachirisu. Look at your binder. You put 1 energy on Pachirisu and say use Magneton to generate an electric energy for itself. Yeah, Cat? What are you showing me on the Switch? The day is over?
It's day 6 at Super.
You're playing Supermarket Simulator?
Yeah, look at my profit.
How did you make?
Ain't I the darndest?
How'd you make $358 on your 6th day?
Because for some reason everybody's spending $50 in my establishment on the 6th day.
Koki says good morning.
Huh?
Koki says good morning. And I know it's not morning. It's also 6 hours ahead for him. It's 8 o'clock for him. Yes.
Oh.
Also, would you like to say good morning back? You can't just not say hi to Coke.
Wow.
You're right, you're never here. Yes, it's a monster. 0 sugar as well. Alright, bye, Cut. Have fun Supermarket Simulator. Wait, hold on a minute, wait. When did you buy that?
Day 6. What do you think?
You just got a job again.
Yeah, and I gotta stay up for like 4 hours with my body. So here we go.
So don't you think you should save that for the nighttime when you're going to be needing entertainment?
All day, baby.
Weren't you also supposed to go to the gym? You're just going to take it with you.
No.
It's going to be on the treadmill, walk, and playing Market Simulator.
I'd fall off.
Now he says goodnight, Cat. She has to stay awake until 9 p.m. tomorrow, right? Are you starting that now, or are you starting that later?
I'm gonna take a nap at some point and stay up.
So after your nap, you're going to have to stay up until 9 p.m. tomorrow.
Yeah. Tell them why. Tell them why.
Oh no! I was mentioning earlier that you hate mornings. You're going to have to go in at 7:30.
Yeah, and then I not be able to go until like 4:30 in the morning, and I had to be up at like 5:30 in the morning, get ready for my job.
In the morning.
So I'd be darned. I only had an hour of sleep. I might as well just exhaust myself a ton the day before.
So that way you can be extra tired whenever you go into work, even at 7:30 from getting up at 5.
Shut
up. Listen, you're just mad that I know you.
I'm just mad about having to get up early.
I know you are, but still. Well, I'll be have fun with Supermarket Simulator making $538 normally.
I'll do better Game Grumps, yeah.
See, this is why we need to open up a supermarket. You have an idea on how to set things up, apparently. That are overcharged on water.
I'm not overcharging. I'm overcharging on some things and undercharging on others. It's a balance.
It's a balance, yeah.
It's a balance.
Uh-huh.
It's mainly because I refuse to charge anything other than a 25 cent difference. So, like, if it's saying that the average price is like $7.18, it's gonna be $7.25. All right?
Oh, okay.
But if it's like closer to 7. All right. So it's a give and take. All right. I only get a couple complaints, but $50 per person. Keep the price.
So all I'm hearing from this is that you're storing the populace and that nobody should ever actually shop at your shop.
I think I named my supermarket my Poppin' Market. So.
Your Poppin' Market? Make everything $1,000. The store would close down. By the way, if you turn off the lights, you can save an electricity bill.
Yeah, but then I'm doing great.
I'm just saying.
I'm doing like $20 in bills and that's it. Like, my people are loving me, dog. Alright, I'm the best damn market on the planet.
I'm trying to give you advice on day 6.
Yeah, great day 6. Shut up. I paid so much money. I have $531 from one day.
All right. Well, good luck on your supermarket simulating. I love you. All right, have fun. Hey, I want to see what your profit is on day 12 or 14. Hi, there's your cat cameo for the day. I don't even remember what we were talking about. Oh, no, I remember. I was making fun of the Pikachu. But yeah, the best you could do, Koki. Never mind, the time's already passed for it. Oh boy. She took a drink of my drink. Didn't ask permission, just came in here, took it, and was like, yeah. My drink now. Our drink community. Communism drinking. She's so silly. Drinking is important though. Yeah, whenever it's hydrating, not just drinking an energy drink. I think we'll wrap up here soon. I think we'll wrap up at the 10.7 mark. You already have 4 Monsters Day. Can't wait for stream. I am not hydrating you one single bit. Mainly because I'll be cutting the grass. But I need... You need water. You need water. Koki. Water. W-A-T-E-R. Ew. You need it. Get some Propel packets and pour some in there. Are you starting at exactly... Oh, you still have like, what, 40 minutes, right? Yep. Huh. Let me check something real quick. Okay, yeah. Wait, what is he doing? Oh. Alright. I don't know, Koki. I have a few targets for a potential rating. Well, here's the 3 options, all right? Here are the 3 options. You, Spence, or Sophia. Obviously, you are playing Echoes of Wisdom. Sophia's playing Don't Starve Together. With Great. Hold on, let me read this. What does it say with Gracie? What? Don't Starve Together is a multiplayer thing, isn't it? Yes, this is gaming with Gracie. I guess you could play it solo. And then Spence is doing a shiny lock. An emerald, ironically enough. There's so many cool people to raid, and not enough time to raid all of you. But once again, I'm gonna have to raid and run because as soon as I raid, I'm gonna have to go out and move the rest of the leaves out of the yard and start vroom vrooming with the lawnmower. I'm gonna go a little bit longer. What you fishing up now? Don't you just love whenever the fishing minigame works and doesn't have any issues whatsoever? Yeah, Magneton. Hey, we were just talking about you earlier. How far did you actually get into Echoes of Wisdom last time, Koki? Does it seem like a long game? It looked like a game that was like kind of trying to play off of A Link to the Past. Like that looks like, that's like what the map layout looked like whenever I was watching. Even though it takes place right before OG's Zelda 1. You went to the Zora place? You gonna talk to the fish people? Like, I know you finished the first dungeon. Did you finish the second one? You have to find Jabu Jabu. Then try to feed him a fish, get swallowed up, and get the boomerang. Yeah. You have no clue you'd ever beat this game? Oh, I was just asking if you managed to beat the second dungeon or not. I would think that the dungeons would be kind of obvious, but maybe not. Because I was thinking that like Echoes of Wisdom was kind of like in the same vein as like the older style Zelda games, where like when you enter the dungeon, like the music changes, like, you know, the blah blah at the temple or whatever. It's open world like Breath of the Wild. Oh. That's pretty cool. I guess it does stand to reason you don't know what temples you've done. It is cool. Gotcha. Dude, I need to get the Switch hooked up in here sometimes for streams. Then that means I have to hook it up back out there ever so often. I like having my Switch out there, to be honest. Oh, I forgot to do a... You know, we'll do a raffle here in a minute for 20k. You got a second dock? Oh, that makes sense, actually. If you get a second dock, then I can just move in between whenever I want to stream it. Oh, that's such a smart idea. I never think about just getting a second of something. Like, why do I was like, gotta move it all? The only time I ever thought about getting a second anything was an Xbox whenever Destiny was going off Game Pass. I was like, yep, gotta get another Xbox so that way I can keep playing. Because I only had my Xbox at home. Xbox. God, it would just be so simple with a second dock, wouldn't it? Alright, boys, we're doing Switch today. Let me just go grab it. Are you crazy for pre-ordering 2 Switch 2s? No. You're getting one for you and your sister. How would that be crazy? If anything, that's incredibly sweet of you to get something for your sister. That's like as in demand as that is. You guess? It is. Nothing crazy about that. It's nice of you to do. You care about your family. And you want to see them happy. Like, how's that a crazy thing? You'll play Mario Kart World. I'll be honest with you, once again, I'm not the biggest fan of Mario Kart. I have played it in the past, but Mario Kart World looks so good. It looks so good. All right, so since we hit another threshold, usually I do a 15K, but we're going to do a 20K because I missed the 5K from earlier. Yeah, it looks so good. It just sucks that they kind of like stopped the pre-orders in the States. Not that I can afford it right now anyway. But that's okay. I have the people that are getting the Switch 2s have a lot of fun. I'll get mine eventually, but oh well. Yeah, it's still the same. The release date is still the same. It's just that the pre-orders for some reason were pushed back / stopped in America. For obvious reasons. By the way, as this goes on longer, and I said this at the beginning of the stream, I might just make this day 68 because this has gone pretty long anyway, and the other one was like 45 minutes, which is relatively short. But I wasn't expecting it to go for as long as I have been, so because of that, I might just make this day 68 and just let the other one be 67. Even though it was only 45 minutes, but oh well.
What's this?
What's this? What's this? There's a subscriber in the air. What's this? Hi, Kai. How you feeling, buddy? 7 months. 7 silly months. Thank you for resubbing, Kai. You sweet summer child. Oh yeah, you know, I really should. I wish I had mods here so that way they could shout out all the people that I want to shout out. Actually, does SO still work? I don't remember. It does. I forget how I always forget it. I forget it every time. Because I'm just thinking about hanging out with you guys and I don't think about the shout out or the fact that I'm streaming. Yeah, Kai, welcome back. Did you have fun being on your adventures? Oh yeah, now you have access to the creepy stare of Wigglytuff. I forgot to add that into the slideshow again. It's because I need to get on my laptop and send it to myself. Oh, yo! Nice, Koki. You're still not in first. You're, I think, in second now. Because Capehead was winning like crazy. Let's go, dude. Nice win. You guys also finally did it on the Pika Ramen. Oh, okay. Alright. Alright, congratulations, you're now in first, Koki. Oh my god. What a silly boy. Congrats, Kai. Now you're in 5th. You were in 4th. Oh, now you're in 3rd. You're in 3rd now. I believe K-Pad was in the 500,000 range. Yeah, 528. You guys are setting exceptionally high bars. Dude, Koki. 800,000. One. You do realize this is like the 4th or 5th time you've done that, right? Like every single time that you've won a slot, you gambled all and immediately won it again. And I still can't get a shiny Articuno though. That's your style? Your style is to just win big every time you do? I can respect. Now please, Koki, just gamble whatever it is that you win and not gamble all. Don't pull a freshie and lose all your points. You'll forget until next stream. They're gonna be like, man, I won the raffle, might as well gamble all because I don't have that much. Oh wait, I had, or sorry, slot all. Oh wait, I had 800,000 points. Bro, you can't. You won't get away with this. What? Yeah, no, all you need to do is just win the raffles and keep furthering your lead. K-Pad's got to come in here to like gamble all and then win in order to get ahead of you. Oh, and once again, I did mention this earlier. Almost on time. If I remember correctly, because it's been a while since I got a shiny. If I remember correctly, they do their cry and then the shine effect happens, right? It was on your screen? Oh, well. For mine, it was like early. Right, that's how it was for Snorlax, right? It did its cry and then the shiny effect happened. I genuinely don't remember. That hunt happened so quickly, I don't remember the order of the events for it. I love the fact I called it shiny surprise. Can one of you grab the Snorlax clip? I don't remember if it appeared. Actually, what am I saying? I could just go to YouTube or my TikTok. I have it on my phone. I forgot a TCG Pocket open. Is that a Minun? It looks so cute. Yeah, it does its cry. It shows the shine effect right before it shows this Pokemon while it appeared. Or not? I don't know. I didn't have the audio on. I guess I'll let it play out again. I don't know. I can't hear it. I'm too deaf and my audio's too low. Because the other shinies won't have that. Or Snorlax is the only one that I've encountered that would have it so far. Can't even hear it? Yeah, I realized that my audio is too low. I'm talking and the audio is too low. See, that's the reason why a lot of the times I ask you guys if the audio is too low. I want to make sure that you guys can hear everything. Which is why yesterday for the marathon event, I also asked if audio was good, and you guys said, didn't even answer. Mind you, I also have my audio turned down as well, like on my end. Because if I had my audio full, this game would be deafening me. Same with the gong noise. So please, if you ever have an issue with sound, tell me. I know that everybody has like different listening sounds for these games and these streams and stuff like that. But I at least want to make sure that it's at least able to be heard. Kai, I know that you have your game set to a reasonable volume, but you also have music going as well. I only use this, the gong, and the game itself. Or my voice myself. Ugh. Oh, whoops. By the way, thank you guys for being here. It means a lot. You guys help me have a bunch of jumping points for like talking discussions. Instead of me just trying to figure it out. And this isn't to like hark on any of the lurkers either. Love having you guys here. That means just as much to me. I love that I have that Wigglytuff as an image now. Complete with the white-outed background. Are there any other cursed Pokemon that are like that Wigglytuff? I need to start changing out some of the default Twitch emotes. You're cursed? How are you cursed, Koki? I'm gonna have to do like an intro for this video being like, ignore what I say in the video, it's gonna be day 68. The shotgun Pikachu just floating across the screen. Look like a Left 4 Dead like mod. One of these days, and I don't know when, one of these days I should show you guys the game that I made whenever I was a teenager. Granted, it wasn't like solely me, but like a lot of the pixel art animation stuff like that wasn't me. That because pixel creations for and beyond are difficult. But a lot of the coding and alterations for it were done by me. Yeah. I should probably show it off one day, just for fun. Granted, it won't be as true to life as the game normally is because it's a multiplayer game that's meant to be hosted for people to join. but since it'll just be me and I'm obviously an owner slash admin of the game, I have access to things normal people wouldn't have. We made an RPG Maker game that was basically just racist jokes. It was really cool. You know, just saying racist jokes and really cool in the same sentence isn't a good thing. Just saying that, Cookie. Also, what do you mean we? Who did you make an RPG Maker game with? I think I have an RPG Maker game that I own because of a Humble Bundle. You and your friends? Fair enough. God, I hope it's not something you tried to publish on the internet and that's just, you know, for you and your friends. Kogi, you're gonna ruin your Pikachu innocence illusion. Racist Pikachu strikes again. Oh, actually, that just occurred to me. Hold on. Are you live? No, you're not. That's a shame. You don't think the internet existed back then? How would you make an RPG Maker game then? Oh, another one of these days I need to play Off. Off is such a fun game. Maybe that's something I should do. Make play some like obscure games for you guys. Like Off or the game LSD for the PlayStation 1. Play some games that I watched a YouTuber play whenever I was younger that hasn't made YouTube videos for a long time, and I really miss watching his videos. I used to play a game called Facade a lot as well, which I wasn't really interested in Facade that much. But like Circle Hunter, his image that he uses, I think still to this day, I don't have Discord open right now. To this day, I think he still uses an image from that game. I can check real quick. Yeah, he still uses an image from that game. That's his profile picture. So like that the game LSD is super wild. It has like a lot of unsettling stuff with it. Like hopping around, like bouncing heads. Like for example, there's an area in the game where you're walking around in a dark lit city. And there's a bunch of random events in the game that can cause different events to occur. But LSD, it's even in the intro for the game LSD, there's a how do I phrase it? There's apparently like a plethora of things that LSD could stand for, like, but I personally like to stick with the term of linking the sapient dream. That was one of the things that it said. But it's such a wacky and weird game. And I'm all for it. I don't know what day I would put it on though. Like, cause it's an exploration game through and through, but there's no story whatsoever. But like different things have different events. Like you could walk into a wall and it ends the dream. Or you could walk into a wall and get transported to a completely random area. There's like odd cutscenes and like it's ooh. While the other game I was talking about, which is called Off, it's an RPG game. It's just a straight up RPG game with some pretty decent music from, I think, other games. And part of being an RPG, there is a super boss in the game. There's also a puzzle in the game that unlocks some kind of secret, and I used to remember the puzzle by heart. It's a directional puzzle, so... But those are two games I want to add to my list to play for you guys. If you'll have it, of course. So I guess LSD could take place on Mondays and Off could take place on Sunday. Since Sunday's for RPG and... Well, LSD is also kind of like a slight horror game as well. I played Conker's Bad Fur Day. Why not? Let's play the M-rated game. The M-rated Nintendo 64 game. I'm not gonna 100% that though. Like with Banjo-Kazooie or Banjo-Tooie, like how I intend to 100% those. I'm not gonna 100% Conker's Bad Fur Day. That game is bonkers for 100%ing. Yes, I will. Wow. What's my reward for 100% Conker's Bad Fur Day, Koki? Pride and satisfaction to get back that I completed it. It's linear, you kind of have to? Really? Or wait, is there a sequel to Conkers? I thought Conkers was the game where like there's a bunch of collectibles that are like really out of the way on some of the maps. No? Then I might be thinking of that game. There's a remake on the Xbox. Maybe that's what I'm thinking about. Does the original have multiplayer? Or is that the remake that has like the weird like shooter first person like multiplayer mode? Yes. Both. Oh. So, I don't know. I might. I probably will. I don't know when, but I'll consider it. The Xbox version is censored though? Oh, no, I was gonna play the Nintendo 64 version. I was gonna play the game in its original intended way. To take out the funny words. Yeah, I think that's gonna have to be a game where I don't record it. You know what? I will. YouTube's somewhat lax on that stuff. So long as it's not like nudity. Is Conker's Bad Fur Day the game where you end the game like fighting like a mech suit? Like the final boss is in like a mech suit? Yes? Okay. Alright. Alright, last 4 checks of the day. Let me get these 4 games open individually. Now you are the mech suit? The final boss is the alien from Alien. Okay. I didn't realize, I thought we were just in a mech suit. I didn't realize that we are the mech suit. Alright, so we're going to do this left to right, so top left. Yeah, alright. Obviously there's going to be like no sound for these games, but I will. Alright, so no on the first one. No on the second one. Okay, we're gonna do the third one down the bottom right. Just because I like this music in the cave. And there you go. Alright. Last one. And that's all she wrote for the day. Man, no more shinies. We went from 9,700 to 11,000. That is a shame. Yeah, so yeah, I think I'm going to turn this into just day 38 anyway. Even though I, said 67 and a half or part 2. Oh well, we'll live. I'll probably just have to do an intro for that before I upload the video, but that won't take too long. But with that, for the purposes of YouTube, thank you for stopping by, and I hope you enjoyed the rantings and ravings of a madman for the 2-hour video. But yeah, with that, thank you all for coming. I'll bid you all adieu, and memento mori. Have a good one, YouTube.